And hello everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Garbage Heart Haunt Reviews 2015 covering the 13th Gate
Yes.
and Necropolis 13. Okay, let's begin with the elephant in the room. We look like gits.
Maybe just a little bit.
Teeny bit. Back in our haunt review preview, we're not actually going to put that in.
No.
But back then...
I am impressed if you get that reference, by the way.
Yeah, me too. But anyways, back then we might have said that we maybe weren't going to go to the 13th Gate.
Yes.
Well, the stars aligned a little bit for us. I posted that video on YouTube and then almost immediately got a push alert reminding me that we had an event in Baton Rouge on their opening night.
Yep.
So we were going to be pretty much blocks away from them.
Yes.
At LSU.
That was pretty literal. Not
Yeah.
pretty much. I was pretty
literal, yeah. At the LSU bookstores, the Pearls Before Swine book signing.
Right.
Which was awesome, by the way. And I forgot to bring the book in here to show these nice people. But yeah, so it was awesome. Had a great time. And then hopped over afterward and did the 13th Gate. We did Necropolis 13. And bonus video! We're going to be doing another review for their Room Escape attraction. But let's talk haunts.
Yes, let's.
We did them out of order.
We did them in the order we always do them
Yeah, I suppose we did. For us, it's in order. For everyone else, it's out of order.
Yes, we do it Necropolis and then 13th Gate.
Yeah, Necropolis is kind of the appetizer for us.
Yeah.
Necropolis, I don't have a lot to say this year. I'm going to be straight. I don't have a lot.
Yeah, there are a couple of weaker points that I wish I would see changed out. Like there's one person towards the end that's just standing there and it's got this little cheesy prop.
And he or she, I'm not going to make assumptions, is weeping for this dead person and just drawing attention to a fairly cheesy prop that pops out of an angled casket. It's out of touch with the rest of the haunt.
Now, if that's one of the first props they built, or if it has some story behind it, and if they could just, let us know, then it adds value to it. But as it is, it's just too cheesy for the 13th Gate.
Yeah, and that's just it. In other haunts, it fits right in, would blend in. Here, the 13th Gate has raised the bar. It doesn't fit in.
Right.
I've got to say, though, I love the attention to detail they put into the Necropolis 13. I know they put a lot of attention to detail in everything.
Yes.
But, for example, one of the first scares where the door comes open and hits the ground, we've built those types of scares. Mm-hmm. I know exactly how long they spent hinging that thing so that it would hit with a maximum surface area on the ground and pop open at the right... I mean, you can tell the attention to detail.
Right.
And my thing about Necropolis, if you want to study haunting,
yes,
Necropolis is where you go.
Yep.
It's a bunch of gray walls. I mean, it's a New Orleans cemetery.
Yeah, so
and people attacking you from different vectors and really showing you how to do the distract and startle scare over and over again.
Right.
But in a lot of creative ways. It never feels like the same scare twice. Even though, like I said, by about the first 5-10 minutes of it or so, the background becomes literally background.
Yes.
And you don't even notice that you're in a cemetery anymore. You're just paying attention to the scares.
Yeah.
13th Gate, though. Now, first off, we got to call the 13th Gate out on a tiny little...
Before we go there...
Sorry.
You did not mention Zion.
No, I did not mention Zion. You're absolutely correct.
We have the parkour guy's name.
Yes, we know him now. Don't know him. We know his name.
He was working.
He was working, and he wasn't talking to us. He would step in and go... and stuff like that.
And jump down.
And jump down.
And do his thing.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
He's awesome. He truly is the highlight in Necropolis 13 every year. I don't know how he does it without serious injury.
No.
Zion, please stay safe and do not hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Please. How's that?
That's fine. Now we can go to 13th Gate.
13th Gate. Got to call him out on a teeny tiny lie. Some of the people outside said, "Oh, we didn't change a whole lot this year. It's not that different."
You know who you are.
You know, I'm not naming names, but you know who you are.
Right.
Bolshevik. There was actually I thought a pretty good amount changed overall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Certainly more than a lot of haunts change year over year.
Right.
The first room was the cabin sequence. The first new room, I should say.
Okay, because I was about to say
That's like a third into the haunt. No. The first new sequence.
Yes.
Was the quote-unquote cabin sequence.
It had been changed up a little bit.
Yeah, and I've got to say, I'm not referring it to the Evil Dead room for trademark reasons.
That cabin room.
Yeah.
They have a couple.
Yeah, they do. But the Evil Dead room, basically. But I'll say this. What they did in there with the fans and the lighting It's the first time I've been an inside haunted attraction and got the legitimate feeling that I'm caught in a storm.
Yeah, no, it was a really cool effect. I
And-
really like
and
it.
It's a really cool effect that they combine the fans, the lighting, and the smells, everything just tied together.
Right. I like you do wish that they had left some of the references out because it could be a cabin anyway.
Yeah, there's like 80 bajillion horror movies set in cabins.
You know, if we live in New Orleans, we know what hurricane winds feel like and tropical storm winds. It could be a house here. It really could.
Yeah, it realistically,
awesome.
it could. It is an awesome effect. And like I said, I walked in there, I'm like, oh, a haunted cabin sequence.
Yeah.
Evil Dead didn't click initially, but then I saw, well, the first thing is one of the actors in the room said, I'll swallow your soul. Big clue there. Then we
Yeah.
saw the latch, the
Trapdoor
to the basement, and the Necronomicon style book there
Yeah.
was in there too. So it's an Evil Dead room. I'm not too big on bringing horror movies into haunted attractions because
Right.
it kind of pops me out of it for a minute. It's like, oh, that's from a movie. That's a reference. I understand that reference.
Yeah.
But if it had been just played with the trope of the haunted cabin, it would have been perfect. But still, it's a very solid room. I do
And it
enjoy
was subtle, and if you're not a fan, you're not.
Yeah,
really
I
gonna
guess
see
you
it.
would really have to be a fan to catch these nods.
You would.
The other sequence, though, was a whole series of rooms.
Yes.
Centering on fairy tales.
Yes. I love fairy tales, and I love twisted fairy tales, and remaking them into dark stories, even darker or based upon the originals. If you haven't read the originals or looked into it, do that, because it's worth it.
Yeah. And they really had a lot of fun with these rooms.
Yes.
They repurposed some of their stuff from previous
Yeah.
years.
That's what they do best.
That's true, that is. It was a really solid series of rooms there.
Right.
I really enjoyed, one of the things we were noticing was the use of aromatics through it, the use of scents. One room smelled exactly like freaking gingerbread.
Right.
You could have sworn someone was baking gingerbread in the room.
Yes.
Then you go to the next room, it smelled like candy.
Cotton candy.
Cotton
Yes.
candy. I think someone said that was supposed to be peppermint, but
Yeah.
I got cotton candy too.
Yeah.
Straight up cotton candy. And so there was a lot of use of aromatics in that sequence, which set the pacing, I think, for it quite nicely. And they had some really solid actors in there. Now, that
Right.
being said, I wouldn't say it was a very scary sequence,
No, it was just cool.
but it was fun. And, you know, that's one of the things a lot of haunts don't understand is it doesn't have to be scare. You can have a
Right.
little fun along the way.
Yes.
The key is entertainment.
Have a little fun.
Oh, good Lord. You know, overall, though,
Yes.
this has become a thing for us with these reviews. We go to 13th Gate. We love 13th Gate. We talk about 13th Gate, give a glowing review of 13th Gate. We go home.
Yes.
And we usually have the same criticisms. The Beehive,
Yes.
but still bugs me.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Still bugs me. It's mostly because
Have you been making that joke for 3 years now?
probably that's probably not the rewind. We'll check the tapes later on that one and how recycled that joke is. But yeah, the Beehive is still around, and I don't understand it. There's nothing in that room other than the sound of bees. If
Right.
they even like did little strings to give the tactile,
Yeah, we talked about that last year.
there was nothing done with it. I find that to be a little frustrating. So that's always what they got rid of the SpongeBob room, as I call it.
Yes,
Even though it's
the
not-
underwater.
It's not that. It was one of the weaker rooms, to be fair.
It was.
And the only reason I remember it so well is every time I walk into the room, I start singing the SpongeBob song.
I know.
Who lives in a pineapple and just start going through it.
Right.
Because it looks like...
It looked like you were underwater
It looked-
and SpongeBob would come out of the wall.
Exactly.
And he didn't.
It was very...
But-
It was very cartoonish in that regard.
Right.
So that's not there. Sorry, that is gone. But, you know,
Yes.
Overall, though, it's still a very solid haunt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the way I think of it is this.
Go.
Necropolis 13 and 13th Gate.
Mm-hmm.
It's like going to two separate concerts from a band you love.
Mm-hmm.
Necropolis 13 is like going and see the band at a little pub as they do an acoustic set, like 40 people. And 13th Gate's like the big arena show with the pyrotechnics and,
Yeah.
you know, the full show and like Bon Jovi swinging in on tight ropes. It's that
Screaming
show.
fans.
Yeah, it's that show. They're very, very similar in terms of they're done by the same people,
Right.
but two very different approaches to haunting.
Yes. And I do have to call out one other actor
Oh, yes.
because, you know, even though it's been there for years, Jonathan, you got me. Not you. You know who you are.
Okay. I will say one thing about 13th Gate.
Like, I knew it was there. I knew it was coming up, and it still got me. And that's what makes it.
You're talking about the Scarecrow, right?
I am.
Forgot about that.
That's what makes it great.
I was not the one in the group directed at that one, so I get a pass.
Yes.
Yeah, the Scarecrow was pretty awesome. For me, though, one actor was especially good, even though she had almost no part.
Mm-hmm.
There was a little girl as you walked into one of the rooms in the fairy tale sequence,
right,
who just went shh, and she did it so sincerely, so in character, that our group instinctively shut up.
Yes.
It's like a little girl tells you to shh, you shh.
Yes.
Like,
that's a new rule.
It's like, everyone else is yelling at us, get out, and we continue walking in their own pace. Little girl, shh, we shut up.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Walk a little bit faster.
Okay, sorry. So yeah, that's an interesting observation.
Yes.
Get out. Why don't you stay? All that stuff we ignore. We keep moving at the same pace. Little girl says, shh, we shut up.
Yes, because, we've talked about kid actors before.
Yeah.
And this was a good use of a kid actor. Or at least a petite actor.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. Kid actors are fine, but don't expect them to scare me in the same way adults can.
Right.
You can't have a little kid come out and go with a little knife and go, ah, and I'm like, I'm thinking,
that's so cute.
I'll stomp the zombie straight to oblivion. That's not a problem. I solved this one.
Yes.
I can punt that zombie, but no, yeah, you got to use them differently, and that was a good example of it. So, I really remember that, and I remember thinking, wait, why are we not talking still?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a really great time this year. I cannot recommend both enough. Not a lot different. Was there anything different in Necropolis 13 you can recall?
Not really.
But, so if you've been last year, maybe consider it. But I don't know. It's such a good study on haunting.
And it's,
realistically,
the package deal
yeah.
is such a good deal.
Yeah,
Why not?
Yeah, if you're going, and this is something that drove me crazy. We were standing in line, and people were coming up and ordering just 13th Gate tickets. When it's like, for $10 more,
right,
you could do both. And it's like, and
Maybe
you've got the
they don't
money.
math.
Huh?
Maybe they don't math.
I don't know, man. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. For the extra $10 to see Necropolis 13, just go to it. Even if you went to it last year, it's well worth $10. Definitely.
Yes,
and you're going to
appetite?
13th Gate.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all I've got, really. We've got another 13th Gate thing to do, so we should wrap this up.
Yeah, we should.
So on that note, everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this was Garbage Horror Out of the Can Haunt Review 2015 for the 13th Gate and Necropolis 13.
What?
Was she always there?
Yeah, it's just Marie.
Oh.